and preparing for the Monday nighter you're calling with the Bills hosting the Jaguars. If you can, just walk me through what you're seeing that the Bills are doing right to be 2-0 and what's wrong with the Jaguars to be 0-2, what you're seeing. Louis?
I think, you know what? I can sum it up just by saying this. The Bills have found their identity. And it's been the one Sean has been searching for years, which is I want to own the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball. I want to, in particular, own it on the offensive side because I want to take some of the pressure off my quarterback so where he's not having to play Superman all the time, running the football in particular. And now they've got it. They have got a great rotation of backs headed up by James Cook. They have got an offensive line that will bludgeon you. They have a play-action passing game that will work. They have tight ends that put defenses in a bad spot because of their ability to be blockers and receivers. So now do you play them in base? Do you play them in nickel? And as soon as they get the young rookie Keon Coleman going and he can really complement Shakir, it's going to be dangerous in Buffalo. So defensively, they've always had an identity. Mm-hmm. Sean has always had that side of the ball locked down. And now you see all these young kids playing because all the guys that they've had hurt, especially, considering that linebacker Bernard and Milano have been out and the guys have just stepped right in, they were always going to be fine there. So they have an identity. That's exactly what Jacksonville doesn't have. They don't have an identity. On offense, their best players really haven't put their stamp on the football team. And I'm talking about Trevor Lawrence. We don't know what you're going to get from him from week to week. He doesn't know what he's going to get from his wide receivers from play to play, series to series, week to week. They haven't found that chemistry yet. He hasn't really – see, he would have been one of those guys who's kind of flown under the radar as far as escaping scrutiny the same way that Tua gets scrutinized, Josh gets scrutinized, Dak gets scrutinized. All these guys who are 50 million plus per year quarterbacks, he doesn't get scrutinized that way. But it's going to start coming here soon, especially if this team loses another one, they go down 0-4 or 0-3 or whatever it is. They're gonna start getting it. And he's going to be the one who gets it in particular. He needs to establish the identity for them as a team overall because he's the most high-profile player, getting paid like someone who should be able to put that team on his back when they need him to do it. And he hasn't shown that he can really do that on a consistent basis like all the other big wigs can do, especially at that position. And until they find that identity, Rich, it's always going to be up and down for them. And Doug Peterson has talked about it. He said himself, I don't understand why we're in this position still. As long as we've been together now, I don't understand why we're still having some of the same issues that we're having. Whether it's shooting ourselves in the foot with pre-snap penalties, receivers running wrong routes, blocking assignment errors, on the defensive side, coverage breakdowns, miscommunications. He said he doesn't get it. He's perplexed. And whenever a coach starts talking about that, it usually is started. It's something that's been generated internally in the locker room. That's where it needs to get corrected. So they better find an identity quick because this season is getting away from them real fast.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku Channel, 12 to 3 Eastern for free.